it's our continuing coverage of the GAMA Trade Show 2015. I'm here with Matt Loader from QPC Games.
Yes.
Quality Printing Company.
Quality Playing Cards.
Quality Playing Cards.
So the company's been in existence for, off the top of my head, 17 years. Doing all kinds of different customized printing, but really focusing on the customized card market. Should I be looking at the camera more?
You can talk to me all you want.
Okay.
We're just having a chat.
Good. I don't know how you guys prefer. I don't want to be the one weirdo who's like, hey.
So let's say I want to make a deck of cards. I have a card game. This is what I want to make. It's a standard sized set of cards.
Yep.
What's my next step? What do I need to do before I come to somebody like you?
Well, that is enough of a step to come to us at this point. I mean, the thing is, so my role, coming on now as being the guy that's in charge of card and board games and all those projects, is that I'm a gamer. I've played all your games. I want to play your game if I haven't yet, and we're talking about printing it. Obviously, it's very exciting to us when one of the bigger clients, like a Mayfair or something, comes in and says, all right, our, print department is going to send you the files, and here's the color management software we're using. Here's all,
right.
Boom, 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 done, and then we just put it together and make it happen. But we also are able to say, hey, like, I'm thinking about kickstarting this game. Like, I don't understand anything about, different, card stock qualities or card finishes,
right.
Or what's a die, what's like the die cut stuff. What are my box options? All these kinds of things. And me being someone who has been around games for my whole life, and in the industry for, I don't know, at least a decade at this point, in various forms and wearing various hats, working for different publishers, doing design stuff, doing all these things. Like, like I have pitch meetings in between my print meetings.
Right.
I have design pitch meetings that people set up with me because they want to see stuff that I have as a designer. So you come to me and you say, vague idea, whatever, and I look at it and say, all right, cool, like, here's my suggestions in terms of things you might want to go with. We'll get you a sample kit. We can get you different things that you can actually feel, the card stock quality, things like that. But then I can also say, hey, listen, I know that you have this idea for this. This is the actual example from yesterday on the show floor. This game had these the glass beads,
okay.
This tracker. And I said, it looks great, it's wonderful. However, consider doing something like a Arkham Horror style, pop out little cardboard, die cut tracker, because it's not a super integral part of the game,
right?
And the glass beads look great. However, you're going to add a significant cost.
Yeah.
And I think that the price point that you want to come in at, the glass beads is going to be prohibitive for us hitting the right price point. And maybe we should so stuff like that, where we're now able to look at your project from a gamer's perspective, not just a printing perspective.
So your job is to take what they're trying to do with the game and achieve that goal, not necessarily do everything that they think they want.
Yeah, well, it's not to say that we are like trying to take this like, oh, well, you think you want this, but you really want this. It's more just, hey, listen, like,
we could do this more efficiently.
Here's a couple different options that you might not have thought of.
Right.
And here's the cost difference. And I can look at some stuff and be like, yeah, no, those glass beads look awesome. Like, we should totally be doing those. Even like, who cares how much more it costs? Like, that is a crucial part of the game, or certain stuff where it's like, how vertical, are we going to use chits, or maybe like let's use standees, because really it's going to look much cooler. It's going to, do you want to play Arkham Horror with a bunch? Why do I keep talking about Arkham?
I don't know.
It's because I literally just saw Richard in the hall.
You just saw Richard live. So the entry point, as far as when someone comes to you to print, they don't have to know everything, because that's your job to lead them through.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a game where you kind of have it, at least this is advice across the board. It has nothing to do with even, I can take the printer hat off or whatever. I mean, I really strongly recommend that people do their research about the hobby market. I participate in a bunch of different publisher and designer forums as well, and Kickstarter advice and stuff like that. And we've all seen the guy that pops on, I have the next Monopoly.
Yeah.
And I actually get sad. It actually really bums me out, because it's like these people. No, because honestly, like I'm very empathetic about it, and it's like this. You're excited about this thing, and it's just like, oh, dude, like, you just have no idea, and like your dream, your energy, they're so passionate about it,
into something that's really not going to sell.
And it's just like, I don't want to be the dude who's telling you, like, don't take out a second mortgage on this one, buddy. But it's like, once you've done a little due diligence, and you have, if you're a gamer, for example, you're gonna have, that's a fine, basically whenever is a fine enough time. When you have like an idea of really what it is you're generally looking for, you're actually serious about potentially going to press. I mean, obviously, I'd prefer you to not email me when you're like, "Hey, I woke up in the middle of the night, thought I might want to print a game.
Great idea.
How much are those going to cost?" You know,
yeah, you want to have a design.
Yeah, have a design, have a general thing, but you don't need to be like, well, here's my cardstock choices, here's this, here's that.
That's your job to.
Yeah, if you do. Like I said, you know, some of the big clients, like, they know exactly what they want. They give me the thing, you know, like, I absolutely adore Kurt from Smirk and Dagger, because he sent me a quote like a few weeks ago, and it was just like, here's what I want.
Exactly what I want. I can do that.
You know, because a lot of times I have to clean up stuff before I'm sending it to like the plant manager and stuff like that, because that's who's kind of sourcing the paper. You know, sourcing all these things and being like, well, actually the cost of this went up 2 cents for 500 pounds of paper for us. So, you know, doing all that, like the math, the real spreadsheet mathy kind of stuff.
Right.
A lot of times I have to clean things up and clarify things, and I'm going back and forth, whereas it's like, you know, somebody just nails it and I'm like,
yeah.
Forward? Okay, cool. That was pretty sweet. Like, any questions about stuff? You want to talk about pizza? Or like, you know,
so when somebody has something, they're ready to go to a printer, and they're coming to you, how do they find you?
Well, so we are about to launch a new website, QPCgames.com, which may or may not be live at this point, and it's, you know, sort of like placeholder being built form.
Right.
As I said, I just came on very recently. The company's been around like 17 years. My boss has been a printer for a really long time. He's done promotional stuff. You know, he's knocked out 100,000 decks for American Airlines, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, that's a good business.
Yeah.
But he has slowly but surely been, you know, really pushing into hobby games market, but he is, you know, he's like not a gamer, you know, and I don't mean that in necessarily not a pejorative way. I mean, it's great. Like, honestly, I could rather have it's a much better accountant doing my accounting.
But now you're moving into the games market now.
Well, I mean, he's been kind of moving into it already. And like I mentioned before, it's actually funny because we're really good at getting to some of the bigger clients because they just talk printing. You know, they don't need as much of the full service kind of, hey guys, like, so, you know, your thing here is in millimeters, but you might want to think about doing that in centimeters because I don't think your border should be this big. You know, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's plus it's also just that, you know, that personal thing. You know, whenever anybody that I know has like a new role with something, I'm always like, oh, hey, I know that guy, like, that's cool, let's talk, you know. So as a company, our printing quality has been there and it's great, and now we're trying to be more of a aggressive, not aggressive because it sounds too like businessy and mean, but, you know, trying to be really like, hey, look, like, this is me, and you've seen me drunk in a princess dress at, you know, Gen Con 2004, and I remember when you punched that guy, and
I think we should probably end there. Matt, thank you. From QPCgames.com.
Yeah.
And check them out.
My pleasure.
Thanks for watching.